My last video on how 4Kids ruined Chris Thorndyke got a lot of comments. And while many of you agreed with me, a whole lot of you still think Chris is the absolute bottom of the barrel when it comes to Sonic characters. Well, I'm here today to tell you that you are giving that whiny kid way too much credit. Chris Thorndyke might be annoying, but he is far from the worst thing to happen to this franchise. So, today we're looking at 3 characters from the games who are, without a doubt, worse than Chris. First up, the big one. Literally. Big the cat. Look, Chris may have slowed down the plot of sonicx, but did he ever grind the entire game to a screeching halt to make you go fishing in a game about speed? Big the Cat isn't just a dopey one-note character, he's a fundamentally broken gameplay concept. He became the poster child for Sega adding unnecessary gameplay styles that nobody asked for. Chris was a bad sidekick, Big was a bad idea. Next up, the one that makes everyone uncomfortable, Princess Elise III. Chris Thorndyke was a kid who idolized Sonic like a superhero. It was a bit clingy, sure, but Elise? Elise was a full-blown, canon, on-screen romantic plotline between a human woman and an anthropomorphic hedgehog. Yeah, that happened. It took the series from cool animal hero saves the day to a place that launched a million awkward internet debates. Chris's friendship is nothing compared to the sheer world-breaking cringe of this storyline. She's a boring character wrapped in a deeply weird and unnecessary plot. And finally, let's talk about a character who wasn't a bad idea initially, but became a truly awful person, Jet the Hawk. In the first Sonic Riders, Jet was a standard, cocky rival, arrogant, sure, but he had a code and cared about his team. But then he got flanderized hard. He was cranked up to 11 in the worst way, becoming this whiny, narcissistic bully who blames his own teammates, Wave and Storm, for everything. He literally calls them useless after a loss, the tech genius who builds his gear and his loyal muscle. And the worst part? He never learns a thing. He never apologizes and faces no consequences. In one scene, Wave is actually forced to apologize to him after he and Storm mistreated her. Chris Thorndyke might have been clingy, but he never systematically abused his friends and got away with it. Jet isn't just an annoying rival, he's a toxic leader and a terrible friend. So, there you have it. A character who breaks the gameplay, a character who breaks the entire tone of the universe, and a character who's just a straight-up toxic bully. Of course, assessments like these are always subjective and really depend on what you value or can't stand in a character. But I want to know what you think. Am I crazy? Who is the absolute worst Sonic character in your book?